Everybody, welcome back to Bobby's Bucks, and today I wanted to talk about apple trees and what a big impact they'll make on your hunting property. If you haven't yet, be sure to get out there this year. On the first day of spring, they will show up at your Lowe's, your Home Depots, your big box stores. That's when they deliver the trees. Lowe's has terrific deals. Pine trees, fruit trees, and I mentioned pine trees because over the years we've purchased over 30 pine trees from Lowe's. We usually purchase at least 5 to 10 to build or create a wall of security. So if you'd like to maybe give the deer a little bit more sense of security in your food plots or that sort of thing, try planting pine trees because they're permanent. They grow bigger and bigger. You'll get deer bedding underneath them. You'll get deer walking by them. You can actually create paths using pines. I like white pines. White eastern pines seem to grow the fastest in my experience here in Michigan. Also, we purchase our fruit trees. My favorite are apple and pear, Bartlett pear. We just have all sorts of red apples, granny apples, Macintoshes, Honeycrisp. They're all growing back here. I think we have about 20 of them. So what we do is early season, we get out here and we spray our horticultural oil. And if you'd like to see more on fruit trees, if you're interested, I'll put a video up in the corner so you can see. Maybe that'll convince you to go get some apple trees. It takes a couple years for them to really start producing, but if you tie the branches down, make sure you got a bunch of horizontal branching, those are the branches that really produce fruit. They tend to produce more fruit, and if they don't produce that year, they'll kick out a bunch of sprouts that will produce the following year. So be sure to check that video out if you're interested so you can see how to plant your apple trees and take care of them. But today all we're going to do is spray our horticultural oil early in the season. It's really important to get out here and spray the entire fruit tree with oil. You have to wait until the temperatures are above freezing. Today it was 62 degrees here in Michigan. It was our first 60-degree day. It's the first week of April, and now is a perfect time because the next 3 days are going to be above freezing. We're not going to have any rain, and those are perfect conditions to apply your oil onto these trees. What this oil will do is kill any bugs that have, or aphids that are on the bark, on the tree that have overwintered and they're waiting to infest or ruin that tree at the first chance they get. As soon as the temperatures get warm enough, they can wipe out your fruit trees. Fruit trees are terrific producers. They will continue to bring more and more wildlife in, everything from raccoons to whitetails. It's important that you take care of them because, you know, just a quick fire blight kill or, webworms, things like that you really need to stay on top of. So again, if you'd like to hear more about that, check out that video. But today, this is a really simple application. All we do is we try to spray 100% of the tree. Some of these trees are too tall where we would need equipment, but I'm out here to do the best I can to make a difference, because if your fruit trees are battling some sort of disease, then they're gonna have trouble producing a lot of fruit. So you wanna get out here, apply this oil, kill anything that's on the tree, so as soon as the temperatures warm up, it can really produce and take off. Also, in the spring, we're gonna apply a fertilizer. We can either use our rabbit manure or we'll just go get a simple fruit tree manure, but even, or a fruit tree fertilizer rather. But even a simple fertilizer like a 10-10-10 or a 12-12-12, something like that, if you could pick up at a plant store or again a Home Depot or Lowe's, that would work. Just take a couple handfuls, and again, if you want to learn more about that, check out that video. But let's get started. We'll spray these trees. The sun's going down right now. Here we go. Also, looking at these buds, you can see these buds. These are fruit buds, these big acorn looking buds that are on the end of the tree. This tells me two things: that it's going to be fruit, and also it's my last chance to get out there in the woods and scout. You know, this time of year, April, first week of April, second week of April, that's pretty much when the woods start to thicken up. All those trails they're no longer opened up for you, and you're not able to see you're not able to have the same view. So it's so important to get out there and scout new properties every year, especially if you're a public land hunter like me. But If you have private land, that's a different story, but it is important this time of year to, if you want to go out there and do any habitat work, now's the time when there's no bugs, there's no heat where you're sweating, and also there's no poison ivy. So it's just a really good reason to get out now and do some work. So, okay, let's get started on these trees. We're gonna try to spray the entire tree. We have 4 gallons of spray here, so we got to go through it. We're going to try to stay upwind so we're not spraying ourselves. Right now the wind's calm, so we don't have to worry about that. We're going to spray the entire tree trunk, the limbs. We're going to try to spray the entire tree.